Welcome to the Fitness Industry Success Show. Ideas, inspiration, and interviews to take your fitness business to the next level. With over 23 years of fitness industry experience and the founder of LEADLION, an innovative fitness marketing agency, here's your host, Nick Parker.
Welcome to another episode of the Fitness Industry Success Show. I am so pumped for today's episode because I have a guest who I've wanted to have on the show for a while now. And Sam is here. It's finally happening. Thank you so much. Let me give you a quick introduction. Sam is the general manager with 10 years of experience at Retro Fitness in Fairlawn. She has won the top 10 franchise awards, so she is a rock star manager. And she's also won, get this, General Manager of the Year in 2020. So this is huge. A couple of awesome things that she's accomplished is previous January, 571 memberships sold, and she has built such an amazing community that she has one of the highest Net Promoter Scores of the entire franchise. So with that amazing introduction, I'm in the presence of greatness. I'm not worthy. Welcome to the show, Sam. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much for being on. So I really appreciate it. So we've got a lot of interesting things that I want to dive into today. You know, we've talked about the culture that you've built and, you know, just the environment and why your members are like family and community. It's almost like, do you remember the show Cheers where everybody knows your name?
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely like that here. You can
absolutely. So I want to dive into some of that. But real quick, give me just some general information about the club itself. You know, what where you're located, what you guys offer, just a little bit about your club.
Awesome. So we are in Fairlawn, New Jersey. We've been here for 11 years now. And just growing ever since. We have about 6,000 members right now, and most of them have been with us for 8+ years, almost 10 years. So it definitely is like a family here. We offer group fitness, personal training. We have a weight section. We have all the fun stuff, treadmills, ellipticals, all that. We're about 18,000 square feet. So we're not the biggest gym, but we're not that small. But you know, we've been here for a while, and we plan on staying here for a while.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. You're not going anywhere.
I've been here for so long. I've seen us grow so much. You know, we've done construction a few times, reinvented ourselves a few times to keep, you know, people interested, keep people coming back for more. So it's been cool watching the company grow. And you know, after 10 years, you know, most gyms die out, you know, the excitement, but for us, it just keeps getting more exciting. New things keep happening. So it's been great.
Yeah, if I ever get the opportunity to come up to Jersey, that'll definitely be a stop because I just want to experience the energy that your club has. And you've talked a lot about that and how when you walk in, it just instantly puts you in a good mood. So
yeah, when you walk in, you feel a vibe here. There's definitely a different vibe from most gyms that I've ever been to. And people tell me all the time, you know, this is like a different kind of vibe when you come here. You just feel energy when you walk in. There's never a dull moment here, and it's always fun. And like, that comes from, you know, our staff, but also our members. We have a really cool group of people that come here.
That's amazing. You have 6,000 of them that are really cool. That go there.
Yeah, 6,000 of them, but yeah,
that's cool.
They're all pretty great. A lot of them are like family, a lot of characters, you know, there's never a dull moment. People are fun, you know, very interactive. They know us, especially being here for a while. A lot of our staff members have been here for a while, so they know us pretty well, you know, and consider us like family as well.
That's so interesting that you said that I think that's a part of it before we dive in here is that having the staff not turn over so often because you have had so many people there for a long time, you build that, you know, that community and that relationship. And I think that's probably a huge part of that too.
Yeah, and I've also always been pretty big on not having too many staff members because the more that they're here, the more rapport that they build with the members. Everyone knows everyone, and then people feel comfortable coming in knowing that, hey, I know who's working today. They know me. you walk in and you don't feel that nervousness of going to a new gym. And like, I've been in the gym industry for 12 years. And even if I've tried a new gym, I get a little of that anxiety going into a new gym. I don't know if you know what I'm talking
I
about, but
do.
I always
Yeah.
get that gym anxiety, even if it's like a hotel gym or something. I'm like, I don't know anybody there. It's like
Mm.
awkward. But the second you walk in here, it's like a warm feeling. We don't have that feeling here. And like, we have a different section of like group fitness. That's a whole different community. And it's not like every other gym. Like there's some gyms I've been to that the group fitness like caddy. Have you ever heard that? Like the women are
Yeah.
caddy in the classes.
Right.
It's
Very
not like
cliquish.
that here.
That's
It's
amazing.
really
That's
not.
that's
Yeah.
incredible that you've accomplished that. So let's talk about some of this stuff that you do. We talked about the smoothie bar and how you guys do energy shots at the smoothie bar at the same time every day. And you've built this
hmm
almost like happy hour. They're not alcohol shots, they're just like energy shots, right?
Yeah.
But you've got these members that are driving over 45 minutes, bypassing like 20 other clubs to come to you. How did you do that?
Basically having a strong presence here and making sure that my staff is also happy to be here. If you have a staff that's miserable and people walk in and feel that. So it really stems from who you have behind your front desk, who is representing your club. And I work the front desk more than anything. You can't manage a gym from the office.
Mm.
So I have a strong presence in the club. I'm always up there and I make sure everyone's having a good time. The staff loves coming to work and people can feel that. And it just creates a vibe. The music is fun. The energy is good. So when you walk in and we're like, hey, let's take shots, like you don't really get that everywhere. And, not every gym really cares or the management doesn't really care or make you feel that way. And it's just a feeling. And we're big on knowing everyone's names and saying, hey, Phil, good to see you, and like that just makes you feel like, all right, I belong here. And you're not going to look anywhere else. Once you find that comfort level, you're just like, all right, this is it. I found my place. I'm comfortable. I'm happy here.
Yeah, that's
So
phenomenal.
that's one of the biggest things. What's one of the biggest things? And also keeping a clean club. Got to throw that out there. Keeping a clean
Yeah.
club will keep people from leaving.
Yes, for sure. Clean club
So,
with working equipment, right? It's never
yeah,
underestimate how important that is because people definitely value that, especially now more than ever, correct?
yeah. So even if there's people that come here that aren't really so much into the socialization part of it, that's one of the things they're looking at. And my boss, has told me from the beginning friendliness and cleanliness, and that just kind of stuck with me. And that's one of the two things that I really focus on is the energy, the vibes, and the cleanliness of the gym. So that's what we really keep our focus on, and it seems to work for us.
Yeah, that's amazing, and you do such a great job of it, and it's really paying off because your retention is insane, your net promoter score is so high, you're a top 10 franchise winner, your revenue is there. So let me ask you this: how do you maintain that level of customer service and that energy, that vibe, that excitement, that culture, if you will? Because I know that if you don't manage it or it doesn't come from the top down, being you, it tends to deteriorate over time, right? So how do you keep
Mhm.
that level up here all the time?
It's just consistency. I do the same thing every day, every single day. You have this mental checklist that you go through.
Hmm.
And also, like I said, the staff, like you cannot work here if you don't have a good attitude. And mainly when I interview people, I don't care really about much except how the conversation flows, how their energy is, if they have a good vibe. And that's really, one of the biggest things. And you really cannot work for us here at Retro Fitness Fairlawn with a bad attitude. And I've always said I could fix anything. Like you could be terrible at computers, you could be terrible at making smoothies. I could fix anything, but
Right.
you can't really fix a bad attitude. And I have staff members who have a lot going on in their lives, but this is like their escape almost. And it's like
Hmm.
work is your escape. That's kind of weird, but they come here and they're happy to be here because our staff is also like family and we're so close. So I think that them coming here and just being happy to be here really rubs off on the members, making sure that I have a standard, and they know it. And, I have a co-manager, Andrew. He's really great. He's here full time as well. And he's the same way. We have standards here. And if you're going to work here, you have to meet that standard. And it's really not there. It's not like anything you had to go to college for. You just have to be a people person and have to want to be here and understand the importance that, you standing behind that desk might not look important to other people, but in the end, we are here changing people's lives day by day. People are coming here to make a difference in their lives. And in my staff meetings, I help them to understand that importance that, everyone that walks into a gym has that anxiety feeling or they're nervous and they don't really want to go because, their life's hard. But if you give them something to look forward to, they're going to come every day and, even 1% better every single day. And they understand the importance that we have by doing that for them, by giving them that experience and making sure that that happens for them.
You know what that brings to mind for me is, have you ever eaten at Chick-fil-A?
Yes.
You ever go through the drive-thru? I don't know what it's like in Jersey, but here in Florida, when you go through Chick-fil-A, it's like, I can tell you, Disney is not the happiest place on earth. Chick-fil-A is. Because it's not just the people. The people are amazing, but the training that they go through is also incredible because they're not allowed to say certain words. They always say my pleasure and thank you. And their customer service is so amazing. And you're the Chick-fil-A of the fitness world.
That's hilarious.
Your customer
We're the
service
of the gym. Yes.
Your customer service is so next level that it's having an impact. And I think you nailed it on the head. And a lot of times, especially now, people don't want to work right now. I hear it a lot that people are having a hard time finding staff. And we get desperate and then we make bad hires, and you cannot change somebody's personality. You can train systems, you can train computers, you can train process, but you can't fix someone's personality. And you nailed it on the head, is you got to hire for personality. So what would be like your top, 2 or 3 traits that you're looking for in somebody when you're hiring them to be a customer facing person at your club?
So a lot of the times I've hired employees from members, like college kids that have been members here, and I can just feel energy. So like, I'm like, hey, that kid has a really great vibe, maybe he'll want to work here. How people carry themselves,
Do you actually recruit them?
Yeah, sometimes I have recruited members. Actually, I want to say everyone that works for me right now, I have recruited from members.
Wow. So you're
Like,
actually
everyone.
hustling and recruiting. You're not just waiting for them to walk in the door. Okay.
So it's funny because a lot of kids that come here, like college kids, they want to work here, but they don't know that I'm the one that does the hiring because I'm at the front so often. And I have, a younger appearance. They don't assume that I'm the general manager. They think the boss is somewhere hiding in the back. So I'm up there and I'm being goofy and I'm interacting, and I can kind of sense who would be a good fit for this job. And I also do take into consideration how their etiquette is with the gym. Are they throwing garbage on the floor? I'm just like observing all the time. And I have recruited every single person that works here right now that I think about it.
So you're really a general manager and a recruiter. You have two jobs. That's so interesting because a lot of times what happens is somebody loses an employee, and what they do is they go to the job boards and they start asking around, and they're always you never want to hire when you're desperate. And you have solved the culture problem because you're recruiting all the time and you're not always looking to fill a hole or a gap. You're always recruiting phenomenal people that you said also stick around for a very long time because it's their escape. Which, by the way, I'm signing up. I'm sending you my resume so I can come escape at your club.
You're welcome to come over. But it is huge to stay ahead of the game. Communication with the staff is huge. People do tell me in advance if they plan on going for internships and stuff like that. And a lot of my staff will go and then they end up coming back. But I do stay ahead of the game. So even when I'm not in need, I'll be like, hey, that person seems like they'd be a really good fit. Let me train them 1 or 2 days a week, get them in here, get their foot in the door. And if it works out, it works out. If not, I didn't waste too much money on payroll training them. But most of the time, if I'm recruiting them, it does work out. And I do stay ahead of it. I never wait until I'm desperate.
That's awesome. Let me ask you this: Who is this the same staff that's also selling memberships? Who do you have selling memberships?
We do everything. We're a one-stop shop. So the front desk, we make smoothies, we do tours, we set up guest passes, we sell the memberships. Like I know some gyms you go in and there's a sales department, there's a smoothie department, there's the personal trainers, but pretty much the only thing that's separate is the personal trainers. But the front desk staff does everything. And
well, you're doing something right to sell almost 600 memberships in just 1 month alone.
Yeah, that was last January. So that was really awesome.
That
was
incredible.
A really good month for us. And it was a little sad because it was a few months before we shut down. So I would have loved to see how that would have played out with 600 new members that year. But most of them are here or they're back. So we're doing really great with the comeback.
Yeah, that's so great. I'll never forget when you told me how that month went, because we have regular conversations, and you said the number, and I had to like, are you sure? And then you had to run the report again like twice, and like, are you sure?
I ran the report twice. I was like,
that's how well we did.
Insane.
I'm like, wow, okay, great, almost 600 members. That's phenomenal. And
actually, the next day, I reached out to the owner just to double check. I was like, is this report correct? He was like, yeah, that's what we said.
Yeah, that's it. So I was so excited. I was like, yes, what a great win for you guys. And I was so excited to be a part of that with you guys. So to share that experience. So let's talk about a little bit about, just operating the club in general. So one of the top things that you do really well is creating the environment and the culture. What are some operational tips that you would have for other GMs and owners that are operating health clubs, or maybe they're new to the industry or just getting into a position? What advice would you give to them?
My biggest thing is marketing. I'm huge with marketing. I'm working our systems that corporate gives us. I'm working, the LEADLION system. It's been amazing. And you have to work these systems. You can't just put an ad out and then when leads come in, just ignore them. Like you have to follow up with people. So I'm really big with marketing. We have a huge social media presence on there every single day, interacting with our members. And a lot of the time, members will be your biggest promoters. So if they see that you're reposting their stories, liking and commenting on their pictures, I'm on there all day just interacting with them on social media. And then you see those same people are going to post it every single day because it's exciting for them. Like, oh, my gym reposted me. And that's a huge thing, is having a presence online. I post the most exciting parts of our day. I post a lot of videos about our Zumba classes. We host a lot of events. Like last night, we just had a Cinco de Mayo Zumba party, and that was huge. We were supposed
energy
to
shots
have
for everybody.
Yeah, everybody's energy shots for everyone. We were supposed to have a block party yesterday, but it got rained out, so that just got rescheduled. But I'm really big on having member appreciation parties, DJs. I have vendor nights where the members who have small businesses, they come and set up stands, and you just make sure that people are consistently interacting with each other and with us as the gym. And they remember, like, oh, my gym did that for me, that was really cool, or stuff like that. So we're really big in the community. I go to any kind of nights, like they have nights out and stuff, family night out. I go to those. I set up a table. I make sure I have a presence. So I think presence, one, me being here in the gym, and two, just Retro Fitness Fairlawn, having a presence online and in the community, and making sure you stay connected with people. Like even when we were shut down for 6 months, I posted on Instagram every single day. We did curbside pickup. We did events outdoors. I just made sure that people stayed connected. So keeping people connected and staying connected with them is huge. And then, marketing online as well.
That's awesome. And so for those of you listening to the show right now, if you're an operator or GM or even on the staff or in a marketing department, whatever it is, Sam pointed something out that's really important, is when people join a gym, there's two primary reasons that they join. One is we found they join for results, obviously. They're looking to live a healthier lifestyle. They want to see changes in their body and the way they feel. That's one that's important. But the other one is community. And she said that it's important to connect people to the staff and to each other. And I think you're probably one of the top people in all the country who's done it very, very well at such a high level. And that's why you've had members for 8 years and such a high retention level. And everybody engages with your social, everybody comes to your events. People stay connected even for 6 months during lockdown.
Right.
Kudos to you for doing such a great job on connecting
Thank you.
everybody through events and the energy of the club and doing the simple things like energy shots at the smoothie bar or Cinco de Mayo parties or whatever it may be. So thank you for that. That's awesome. Great share.
Yes.
Really great share.
And
So
another thing is listening to your members. So we were talking about the Net Promoter Score. And for some people who might not know what that is, it's the feedback that we get on the surveys. My boss, myself, and my co-manager are on it all day long. And I actually do reach out to people who say anything, negative, just to see. And that way they know we're listening and we want to hear them. And this way, in the future, we can fix any problems. So you have to listen to your members, and having a presence in the gym is one way to listen to them, but also what they say online, you can't just ignore it. Like, oh, they don't know what they're talking about. Well, that's most of your members. Sometimes they see things that we don't. So you have to
mm,
listen.
that's awesome. And then not only listen, but respond. I know that you're very
Right.
proactive and if it is something that can be improved or enhanced, you make that adjustment pretty quickly. So
Right.
that's awesome.
Immediately. Yeah, absolutely.
That's fantastic. So, okay,
Mm.
before we wrap up, what one thing would you love to share with other, maybe all the retros across the land or all the other health clubs across the world, even that you think would help them immediately shift their culture to become more like yours, to become more sticky, have better retention, a higher net promoter score, more member satisfaction, more engagement, all of that? What tip or advice would you give to them to, like, as a first step? What's the next baby step that they can take to start working towards that?
Not to be repetitive, but you have to pay attention to who's behind your front desk. If
Hmm.
you don't know the kind of person that's working your front desk and is the face of your club, you're not really going to have that connection with people. And I think that that's the biggest thing. The biggest thing is your staff. It all starts with the staff. Your manager, if you're an owner, you have to know that your manager has a presence in the club, not just clocking in for one day and then heading out, or hiding in the office behind a computer screen, because nothing's going to get done back there. It really all has to do with your front end. Who is the first person that a prospect will meet when they walk in? That's definitely number one.
Absolutely. No, I completely agreed. I'm glad you said it. So if you're listening, you need to reevaluate, who's at your front desk staff. I read reviews because we have to. We read reviews all the time, and a lot of the reviews are, oh, so and so was so rude, you know. And those
Yeah.
negative experiences are going to end up online, and it's not just going to be between that one front desk person and the prospect or the member. It's going to go
Mhm.
online and be seen by thousands of people over and over again, and so it's going to
Right.
create people
And
to pause.
I think also like having a support system for your staff, because for a busy club like mine, we have about 1,300 check-ins a day on average,
Yeah, it's
and
good.
it can become a lot for them. So you have to make sure that you're supportive of your staff. You can't just throw one person up at the front desk and then hope it all goes well. We have a nice support system within each other. My staff knows that, if they're not feeling it that day, that I'm going to help them out and figure it out for them. They know they have somebody to lean on, and just, there has to be some type of support. It can't just be, someone up there all day by themselves and then, just getting beat up by members, because the members aren't always the nicest in the world. They're
What? You mean
it's
sometimes
a
people are
numbers
not
game.
nice? Yeah, yeah,
Between
we know.
1,300 people, you're going to have a handful of
Yeah.
people, and the phone calls, there's a lot going on. And, you can't expect these people to be robots. They are humans too. So I definitely treat my staff like family. And a lot of it comes from having emotional intelligence, knowing what people need when they need it, and understanding that they are humans too. And we're not just corporate robots working in the gym world. You know, we need help too. You know, I have a nice support system myself because I'm not a robot. You know, my boss, I always know if I need anything from him, he's there, you know, and he's the owner. He stops in, you know, once a day. I see him, I know where to go when I need something. You know, I have another manager who, you know, if I need some help, he'll help me out. We have a great support system here. So it's all about the people. This is a people business.
Absolutely, I agree. And yeah, your owner is a great guy. He's phenomenal. And
yeah, Bob is great.
He's the man. Yeah, he's a great guy. And it's so good to hear that you are supporting everyone has a support system to pull each other up. You know, one falls down, you pull them up and you keep pushing forward. So that's pretty cool. So,
right, that's it.
Absolutely. So last question. If I could snap my fingers and you could be anywhere in the world on vacation, where would you go?
Tulum, Mexico. I want to work out at that beach gym that they have there. It looks
so
cool.
I didn't know they have a beach gym. What? It's called Loom, Mexico?
It. Tulum, Tulum. They have this really cool gym on the beach, and everything is made out of, I don't know. It's really cool. You have to look it up.
I will look that up.
Get a nice workout in, go hang out at the beach, and order myself like a pina colada.
That sounds like my happy place right there.
Absolutely,
I'm in. Yeah,
all in
cool.
one.
Yeah, everything you want, all in one place. That's fantastic.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much, Sam. I really appreciate. I know you're busy. I know you got a lot going on. So thank you for taking the time out of your day today to join us and share some really powerful insights on what it takes to be a top 10 franchise in a top performing club with a really high net promoting score, to sell high levels of membership sales, and to have a really amazing staff that's highly engaging and build a community to keep your retention up, become sticky as a club. And that's why you won GM of the year in 2020. So thank you again for taking the time and sharing all these amazing insights. It's been a blast.
Thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. So remember, the more that you know, the more you grow. Like, share, and subscribe to your success. Tune in next time for another amazing episode of the Fitness Industry Success Show. And until next time, we'll see you then.